United States Pentagon is home to the world's most powerful military, which runs secretive and dangerous defense operations around the world.
Why is this the headquarters of the Department of Defense, a preschool level shape? Why is the Pentagon a Pentagon?
The Pentagon, the impenetrable fortress of the United States Department of Defense. What secrets hide inside those 5 outer walls?
So Pentagon personnel in the building actually utilized about 13 elevators, 19 escalators, 131 stairways, 284 restrooms, 691 drinking fountains. You can look up to see 7,754 windows.
Pentagon challenged hackers to assault its cybersecurity system. The experiment ended today.
This is the weirdest moment of my life. I never thought I'd show up in government. I never thought that I'd be working at the Pentagon.
The Pentagon has a secret army of 60,000 people who carry out assignments under false identities in person and online, according to an investigation by Newsweek. The report says that these soldiers, civilians and contractors work under assumed identities and carry out top secret domestic and overseas missions for the U.S. government.
In 1941, exactly 60 years before the tragic attacks that would shake the United States, construction began on a building that would become the nerve center of the world's most powerful military force. The Pentagon, home to the U.S. Department of Defense, stands as a symbol of military might and strategic command. But beneath its 5-sided design lies a world filled with secrecy, untold stories, and operations that most Americans will never know about. How did this massive structure come to exist? Why was it designed in such a unique shape? And what classified operations happen behind those walls? Today, we'll uncover the little-known facts and hidden truths about the Pentagon, facts that might surprise you. The story of the Pentagon begins in the early 1940s. As the United States prepared for its possible entry into World War II, military leaders saw an urgent need for a central headquarters to manage operations. On July 17, 1941, President Franklin D. Roosevelt approved the idea, and within 2 months, the construction of the Pentagon began. The urgency was clear. At the time, the War Department operated from multiple buildings scattered across Washington, D.C., making coordination slow and inefficient. The military needed a solution, and fast. The Pentagon was built in just 16 months, a remarkable feat considering its scale and complexity. It was completed in January 1943, costing around $63 million, equivalent to over $900 million today. But why the 5-sided design? Initially, the site chosen for the building had pentagonal borders, and architects designed the structure to fit within it. Although the location was later moved, the design remained. The unique shape allows for maximum space efficiency and makes it easier for people to navigate within the building. Surprisingly, despite having 17.5 miles of corridors, about 28 kilometers, it takes only 7 minutes to walk between the farthest points inside the Pentagon. However, construction wasn't without its challenges. Material shortages during World War II forced builders to rely heavily on concrete instead of steel. The Pentagon's foundation required over 41,000 concrete piles, and workers labored around the clock to meet deadlines. Today, the building stands as the world's largest low-rise office building, covering 6.5 million square feet, with 3.7 million square feet of usable office space. Despite its size, the Pentagon's design prioritizes function over aesthetics. It was built to be practical, durable, and efficient, a reflection of the military's needs at the time. Over 26,000 employees work within its walls, from military personnel to civilian staff, ensuring the smooth operation of national defense strategies. But what exactly happens inside those walls? Beyond the bustling offices and command centers lies a world of secrecy, one that even employees themselves may never fully grasp. Inside the Pentagon, every branch of the U.S. military, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, and Space Force works together to ensure national security. The building houses the Department of Defense, which oversees military operations across the globe. It's the command center for everything from strategic planning to emergency responses. The heart of it all is the National Military Command Center, or NMCC. This top-secret facility is the military's nerve center, responsible for monitoring threats and coordinating responses in real time. Whether it's deploying troops abroad, responding to cyber threats, or tracking potential nuclear risks, the NMCC operates 24/7 to keep the country safe. Beyond military operations, the Pentagon plays a crucial role in shaping foreign policy. It advises the President, Congress, and top government officials on military strategy, intelligence, and defense spending. The annual defense budget that runs into hundreds of billions of dollars in 2024 is managed from within these walls, funding everything from aircraft carriers to cyber warfare programs. However, what the public sees is only part of the picture. There are entire sections of the Pentagon that remain classified, with limited access to only a select few. Secretive programs such as black budget projects, funding for classified military technologies, have been rumored to exist for decades. Some believe that the Pentagon is home to cutting-edge advancements in artificial intelligence, surveillance technology, and even hypersonic weapons. The structure is also equipped with state-of-the-art security measures to prevent unauthorized access. It is designed to withstand various threats, including cyber attacks and even physical assaults. Following the events of September 11, 2001, when Flight 77 struck the building's western side, significant upgrades were made to enhance its resilience. Reinforced walls, security checkpoints, and advanced monitoring systems now provide an extra layer of protection. Despite its size and complexity, the Pentagon is more than just a military hub. It's a symbol of American power and influence across the globe. With operations spanning over 80 countries, the decisions made here impact millions of people worldwide. From humanitarian missions to counterterrorism efforts, the Pentagon's reach extends far beyond U.S. borders. But what about the secrets buried deep within the Pentagon's corridors? What classified information has been kept hidden from the public eye for decades? And what do insiders say about the future of the most powerful military headquarters in the world? While the Pentagon represents power and security, it's also surrounded by secrecy and controversy. Over the years, many have speculated about what really goes on behind its five-sided walls. From classified defense projects to controversial military operations, the Pentagon has always been at the center of intrigue. One of the most talked about aspects is the so-called black budget, funding allocated for covert operations and top-secret military technologies. In 2024, reports estimated that nearly $60 billion was directed to classified projects that the public knows little about. These projects could range from next-generation stealth technology to advanced space defense systems, but the details remain highly classified. Another controversial topic is military spending. Critics argue that the Pentagon's massive budget often overshadows domestic priorities like healthcare and education. With the U.S. defense budget surpassing $880 billion in 2024, concerns about wasteful spending, overpriced contracts, and inefficiencies have sparked public debate. Reports of expensive failed projects, such as the F-35 fighter jet program, which cost over $1.7 trillion, have raised questions about accountability and oversight. Then there's the issue of surveillance. Documents leaked in recent years have revealed the Pentagon's involvement in extensive intelligence gathering operations. From monitoring foreign adversaries to tracking potential domestic threats, the Pentagon's reach into digital data is deeper than most people realize. Some critics argue that these efforts infringe on civil liberties, while others see them as necessary for national security. Despite these controversies, the Pentagon continues to evolve. With growing threats from cyber warfare and artificial intelligence, the Department of Defense is focusing on modernization. Emerging technologies like autonomous drones, quantum computing, and space-based defense systems are shaping the Pentagon's future operations. The U.S. military is ready to launch its first AI-powered defense network aimed at detecting and responding to cyber threats in real time. The Pentagon is more than just a building. It's a symbol of power, secrecy, and influence that extends far beyond the United States. But as the world changes, can the Pentagon continue to adapt and maintain its dominance? Or will new challenges force a rethink of America's military strategy?